Ragheb was known throughout the land as the Dragonheart, a title earned through countless battles and acts of valor. He was a warrior of unmatched skill and courage, his prowess in combat legendary. His name echoed in taverns and around campfires where stories of his deeds were told and retold. Tales of his bravery inspired young and old alike, filling their hearts with hope and admiration. Now a new challenge awaited him, one that would test his limits like never before. He was on a quest to confront Mara, the Lady of Darkness, a sorceress of immense power and malice. Mara had cast a shadow over the land of Eldoria, plunging it into despair and fear. Her magic was a plague upon the people, causing suffering and sorrow wherever it touched. She ruled from a fortress of obsidian and shadow, a place of dread known as Nightfall. It was called Nightfall, a name whispered in fear and loathing by all who knew of it. Ragheb was their only hope, the beacon of light in their darkest hour. He journeyed for weeks, his resolve burning bright, undeterred by the dangers that lay ahead. He carried the hopes of countless souls on his shoulders, a burden he bore with unwavering determination. He would not fail them, for their faith in him was his greatest strength. He would vanquish the darkness, no matter the cost. He would bring back the light, restoring peace and hope to the land of Eldoria. The village of Oakhaven was once a beacon of peace and prosperity. Now it was shrouded in fear. Mara's influence had crept in like a poison. The crops withered, the animals fell ill. The villagers lived in terror. Legend told of a beautiful woman seduced by the lure of forbidden magic. She sought power, craving immortality and dominion over life itself, but the magic twisted her, consumed her beauty, and replaced it with a chilling darkness. She became Mara, the Lady of Darkness. The villagers pleaded with Ragheb for salvation, their eyes held a desperate hope. He listened intently, his heart heavy with their plight. He vowed to end their suffering. He would defeat Mara. He would restore Oakhaven to its former glory. The Forest of Shadows was a place of ancient magic and lurking dangers. Twisted branches clawed at the sky. Eerie whispers danced on the wind. Even the sunlight seemed to struggle to penetrate its depths. Ragheb pressed on, his hand resting on his sword hilt. He encountered a hermit named Shashin deep within the forest. Shashin was a wizened old man. He lived in harmony with the forest's magic. He saw the goodness in Ragheb's heart. He agreed to help him. Shashin warned Ragheb of the trials ahead. He spoke of Mara's power. He gave him a talisman, a crystal that pulsed with light. It would help him resist Mara's darkness. Ragheb thanked the old hermit and continued on his perilous journey. Section 4. The Making of a Sorceress. Mara was not always a creature of darkness. She was once Ilara, a woman of extraordinary beauty and intelligence. She yearned for knowledge and power. She delved into ancient texts, unlocking forbidden secrets of magic. She discovered the power to command life and death. She reveled in her newfound abilities, but the magic exacted a terrible price. It devoured her beauty, twisting her into something monstrous. Her heart turned cold, consumed by the shadows she commanded. Ilara was no more. In her place stood Mara, the Lady of Darkness, forever bound to her terrible fate. Section 5. Within the Walls of Night. Nightfall loomed before Ragheb. It was a fortress of black stone, sharp and menacing against the stormy sky. He entered, his steps echoing in the oppressive silence. The air was heavy, the stench of decay filled his nostrils. He fought his way through hordes of shadowy creatures. He was relentless. His sword flashed, a beacon of light against the encroaching darkness. He pushed forward, deeper into the heart of the fortress. He found a prisoner, a young woman named Maya. She was a skilled warrior, captured for daring to defy Mara. He saw the spark of defiance in her eyes. He freed her, and together they fought their way towards Mara's throne room. Section 6. The Fall of Darkness. Mara awaited Ragheb in the Grand Hall, her presence a dark shadow that loomed over the ancient chamber. Her laughter echoed through the chamber, cold and cruel, sending shivers down the spines of those who dared to listen. It was a sound that promised pain and suffering. She was a creature of pure darkness, her eyes burning with malevolent power. The battle raged on, a fierce clash of light and shadow. Shadows swirled around them, and steel clashed with a deafening roar. Mara fought with terrifying power, her dark magic weaving through the air like a deadly dance. Each movement was precise, each strike filled with lethal intent. Ragheb felt his strength failing, his muscles aching with exhaustion. Every swing of his sword felt heavier, every breath more labored. He drew strength from the talisman Shashin had given him, its magic a beacon of hope in the darkness. The talisman pulsed with a warm, comforting light, filling him with renewed vigor. It pulsed with warm light, a stark contrast to the cold darkness around them. With newfound strength, he pressed the attack, his determination unwavering. He saw a flicker of vulnerability in Mara's defenses, a momentary lapse that could turn the tide of battle. It was a fleeting chance, but one he could not afford to miss. With a surge of desperate courage, he struck with all his might. His blade cut through the air with a fierce determination, aiming for the heart of the darkness. His blade found its mark, piercing through Mara's defenses. The impact was decisive, a blow that would change the course of their struggle. Mara screamed, a soul-rending sound that echoed through the chamber. It was a scream of pain, of defeat, and of the darkness that had consumed her. The darkness that clung to her dissipated like smoke on the wind, vanishing into the ether. The oppressive weight of her presence lifted, leaving the chamber feeling lighter. Mara collapsed, her reign of terror finally over. The once formidable sorceress lay defeated, her power broken. The fortress shuddered, the dark magic that sustained it broken. The ancient walls began to crumble, the very foundation of her power disintegrating. Light returned to the land, spreading warmth and hope. The curse was lifted, and the people could finally breathe freely again, their nightmare at an end. Section 7. The price of victory. Victory came at a cost. The battlefield lay silent, a grim testament to the fierce struggle that had taken place. The air was thick with the scent of smoke and the echoes of the fallen. The soldiers who survived mourned their comrades, their faces etched with sorrow and exhaustion. Ragheb emerged from the ruins of nightfall, forever changed. His armor was battered, his spirit weary, but his resolve was unbroken. He had faced unimaginable darkness and emerged victorious. But the scars of battle were not just on his body, they were etched deep within his soul. He had faced unimaginable darkness and emerged victorious. The battle had tested his limits, pushing him to the brink of despair. Yet in the face of overwhelming odds, he had found the strength to persevere. His victory was not just a triumph of skill, but of willpower and determination. But the memory of Mara's power, the chilling emptiness in her eyes, would forever haunt him. Her dark magic had left a mark on his soul, a constant reminder of the evil he had vanquished. The haunting image of her cold, unfeeling gaze would stay with him, a ghost of battles past. He had saved Oakhaven and freed its people from tyranny. He was a hero. The villagers celebrated his victory, their cheers a balm to his weary heart. They honored him not just for his strength, but for his courage and sacrifice. In their eyes, he was a beacon of hope, but he knew that true victory lay not just in defeating evil, but in ensuring it never rose again. As he looked out over the horizon, he contemplated the future. The battle had been won, but the war against darkness was far from over. He understood that vigilance was the price of peace. He vowed to use his strength to protect the innocent. Every day he trained harder, honing his skills to be ever ready. He knew that his duty was not just to fight, but to safeguard those who could not defend themselves. His life became a testament to his unwavering commitment to justice. He would be their shield against the darkness. Ragheb's tale became legend. Stories of his bravery spread far and wide, inspiring others to stand against tyranny. He was not just a warrior. He was a symbol of hope and resilience, a guardian of the light in a world often shrouded in shadow. The story of the warrior who faced the Lady of Darkness would be told for generations to come. Bards sang of his deeds, and children grew up hearing tales of his valor. His legacy was not just in the battles he fought, but in the hope he inspired in the hearts of the people. It served as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can triumph. Courage can persevere. The light of his example shone brightly, guiding others through their own trials. His story was a beacon, illuminating the path to a better future. And light can vanquish even the most pervasive shadows. As the sun rose over the village, it symbolized a new dawn, a fresh start. The people of Oakhaven knew that as long as they held on to hope and courage, they could overcome any darkness that came their way.